to you. First of all, Michael Jose, what he's giving you in special teams, he obviously had a block in the last game, and also what he does in the classroom.
We got his first catch last week. It was great to see. And he had a blocked punt this week that resulted in a touchdown. Great to see. He's consistently been our second year in a row, our smartest player on the team in terms of grade point average. He's already graduated in mechanical engineering, and he's on track to do his master's in 1 year instead of the normal 2. So he's cutting that in half. He's really good at figuring things out, as you would expect from a mechanical engineer. Great teammate. Really happy, for his on-field success now as well.
And then also Eric Magnuson, if you could assess his play through 3 games and also the spirit that he brings to your team.
Yeah, Mag's good in both those regards. Has long brought a lot to our team. He's probably been our most consistent, best pass protector so far. Likeable guy. Everybody likes Mags. He's a good leader and a good guy. Genuine, down-to-earth, good person.
Stay in the front here on the left, John.
Coach, 2 turnovers through the non-conference, only 10 penalties. Can you assess the job that you feel like your team's done in those areas?
Those 2 areas have been good. We're getting turnover margin has got to be on the plus side. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think we're on the plus there, and I think we're playing. And we had a few penalties more this past week than we have had. So I think we're playing good, legit, penalty-free for the most part football.
Coach, we'll go on to this right side here in front, Larry.
See, I don't just give one-word answers. That would have been a perfect time to just say we've been good in those 2 areas. I'm going to elaborate.
Now you're warmed up.
Hope I get some credit for that.
Coach, special teams, do you track deflections? Because your totals don't show some of the deflections you've done, and also if you could talk about how you've maybe forced teams to now do different game planning. I mean, the splits that Colorado had on that one punt was different. How much of an asset special teams is becoming?
Deflections, talking
deflections,
about
like, because if you get your hand on a punt and it goes 10 yards, it's not a block. I mean, you've had some of those. I mean, do you track those like in practice or games? Is that a...
I know we've had three deflections, right? That they don't count as blocks. They could be depending on, predicated on whether it goes over the line of scrimmage or not.
Just special teams, it's become...
To track everything else statistically, that seems like something to be,
right.
Be a good thing to track.
And how special teams so far has become an asset, maybe other than a couple field goal attempts in the last game?
Yeah, it's you set out to win 2 out of the 3 phases in a football game: offense, defense, and special teams. Be in the 3 phases, and you'd like to win all 3, but if you can win 2 out of the 3, usually in a football contest, you'll win the game. Special teams have been contributing greatly. It was our best unit this past game.
Come back over to your left here, Coach Chris.
Coach, what do you like about your defense after 3 games, and where do you still feel like you have to improve?
Just like our defense in all regards. We've got hit by a few post patterns. Post corner, post move got us this past week. So the big plays, we've given out some big plays, but I'm very pleased with how our defense is playing, and defense has generated big plays, big hits, momentum changing, drive stops, and turnovers. I think our defense is doing extremely well. I love watching them. I love watching, standing over there, and there's times I should be thinking about what to do in the next series, but I like watching our guys play. I really watch the way our defenses run into the football and the way they're flying around and hitting. It's a fun unit to watch.
Coach in the front here, Mark.
You've encouraged, obviously, always two-way players, three-way players if possible. But Jabril, you had Marisik and different guys like that. But Jabril being a linebacker and a return man seems pretty unique. Over all your years either as a player, have you seen someone kind of with that combination? And that seems pretty unusual, right?
I suppose, I mean, I can't think of another player like Jabril that, I know there's another player that I've coached like him. The unique thing is all the positions they can play. I mean, you start counting them, it would be safety, it would be corner, it would be nickel, it would be outside linebacker, it would be slot receiver, it would be wildcat quarterback, running back, kick returner, punt returner, gunner, hold up. That's 11 or 12 right there. So, and I know there's others he could do and do well, but those are all the things he's done already here for us. So, and that being said, he's done them all well. And also, that being said, there's other positions he could do and be good at. So, yeah, he's a special type of athlete, a special type of football player. And we're really happy for his success this past game. I know he was our defensive player of the game. He was our special teams player of the game. Also believe that he was the Big Ten special teams player of the week and defensive player of the week. Deservedly so. Rare, special.
Also on that first one, Shane was in the game and blocking for him. What was kind of the logic there so early to have Shane in there doing that?
Yeah, it's just, I think people expected us maybe that we might rotate quarterbacks in the first game. We did, or the second game. So didn't think they'd be expecting it as much the third game. And wanted some things that Shane does well and some things that John O'Corn does well. We wanted to highlight him and get him a chance to do some of those things. And we always had those options going forward. It's good for your opponent to know that you have those options going forward.
Coach in the back center,
I
Matt.
like to think that all things are possible.
Coach, how is preparing for a Big Ten opener any different, if at all? Is there a different type of energy, a different type of enthusiasm, a different type of feel at all when you prep for a conference opener?
You know, the way we've looked at it, we're going to have to be at our best every single week. We assessed the schedule from the start of the schedule. Every opponent that we played was going to have to be treated with the utmost respect. Preparation was going to have to be precise and locked in and focused to give ourselves the best chance to be successful in the football game. So that's the way we treated game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4 now. And then we're going to have to treat every team on our schedule with that kind of respect.
Coach, back
As a
row.
big game, as a championship game. That's the way we're going about it. Every game is a big game, every game is a championship game on our schedule.
Jim,
Back right, Mike.
Grant, on the punt block touchdown, he actually was about 35 yards down the field from when that ball was blocked.
Yeah.
Then come back and get it. And then on Harbaugh's touchdown, he had 2.5 blocks maybe. Can you just talk about how important he's become for this team? It seems like he's making a lot of big plays that maybe we don't see, but he's there doing that.
Yeah, you know, which just comes to mind, I was at my wife Sarah, we had our doctor's appointment this morning, and our doctor, Deb Berman, did the long appointment, the hour ultrasound, and proud to report everything is hitting right down the middle of the strike zone. But she was talking about that play, and she called it slippery watermelon. And I thought that was really good, so I'm kind of still laughing to myself about the way she phrased that. The ball was loose. I mean, a lot of people had their hands on it. It was kind of the slippery watermelon. And by the time Grant got there, I mean, it was still loose, and he picked it up and put it in the end zone. And if your special teams can score a touchdown for you, your defense can, those are huge plays in a ball game, and we've gotten that a couple different ball games now. So special teams scoring 14 points. Special teams put up 14 points in that ball game. That was it's outstanding. Yeah, really proud of our guys, players, and our coaches that are just doing a fantastic job with the special teams. And you hope to count on that now weekly as a weapon. Now you're not going to get 14 points a game, but you know, they're really playing well in all, you know, the coverage units, the return units, and we've been kicking the ball really well. This game we were a little out of sync kicking the ball, but I think we'll get that improved this week.
Coach on your right, Nick.
Jim, I saw you had Jourdan warm up again Saturday. Was that a game time thing for you to hold him out, or is he close?
Yeah, no, we knew he wouldn't be playing this past ball game, but hopefully he'll play this week.
Is he? George said he thought maybe he was a little frustrated last week, Jourdan, because he just hasn't been in. He worked so hard this offseason. Are you? What are you sensing from him? You know, we know he's a pretty level-headed kid, but mood-wise, how's he been through all this?
Well, I just personally, I've found that that the only time football isn't fun, you know, if you don't win, and also if you're just not 100%, you know, you get something, and it's not if it's a broken leg, that's one thing, you know, a broken arm, and you know you're you know, just bad luck and you're out, but you know, when it's that thing that, you know, it's just the nagging thing that you're dealing with, and you know, it's not something it's not broke, you know, but it's just as real. And but he's doing a fantastic job. The guy's been a stud. Jourdan's been a real stud in his, you know, in everything that he's done, every preparation he's made in the off season, and everything that he's doing now. You know, to put himself in a position to have success. It's all been A++, and very hopeful that this is a week that he can get back there out of the field and play. Reap some of the rewards of all that hard work that he's put in.
Coach directly in front of you, Adam.
Jim, what have you noticed chemistry-wise between the offensive line and Will and even kind of going with Eric? With he, you know, a lot of experience, he seems, you know what he's doing, does a good job at it. What have you noticed that chemistry between those guys?
I think it's been good. I think they work well together. Sorry, not every answer is for me,
I mean, anything specific?
No, I mean, yeah, chemistry, such a hard thing to define, really. I think it's an easier question to ask than it is to answer. I think they get along good, you know. I think
What would be the better way to ask that question?
I think they get along good, you know. They do their jobs, and they have mutual respect for each other. You know, it's good. That's about it.
Is it good to see a guy with such, you know, veteran leadership? Eric's fifth-year guy, and it's kind of the lines I'm going on. As far what does he mean to the offensive line? How much does he help? You know, that quarterback relationship, having an experienced guy like that.
I think it's mutually beneficial for both. I mean, it's good that the quarterback and, you know, new starting quarterback has a veteran offensive line, and it's good for the offensive line that they got a quarterback, though that he hasn't had a lot of game experience. He's more mature beyond his experience.
Coach in the back left here, Craig.
Yeah.
We get that one?
I got it.
Got
Thank
it?
you. Got it.
Penn State has changed to a no-huddle spread, and they're not completely dissimilar, I think, from Colorado and UCF. And they don't option as much, I think. But I wonder if that puts extra pressure on your defense by having to change stuff up so that you show somewhat different looks, or if you just execute the things you're trying to execute, and it doesn't much matter.
Yeah, you know, I mean, those are real options for us to change things up, and you know, you like to do that. You don't like to just go out and show the same alignment and assignments, techniques. game after game after game. So they can count on changes, adjustments being made. That it's a good system. That the no-huddle system is a very good system, and it's got its pros and cons. But Penn State's offense, they got a very good quarterback. They got a very good running back. Very good players. I think would be good and that are very good for that system. So it's another challenge for us, and why we have to, why we treat every game like it's a championship game, every game like it's a big game, because every opponent on our schedule is comes in with a strong will to defeat us, and good coaching and good players.
All right, we got time for 2 or 3 more. We can start on the right over there, Dan.
A couple of your players last week mentioned that you would encourage them to be conscious at least of the rankings and the fact that they were in the top 5 and want to keep striving to get higher. I guess it's probably different than a lot of head coaches' approaches, if they want guys to ignore that type of thing. What's your philosophy on sort of encouraging them to do that?
Yeah, we're trying to see how high we can climb, how far we can go. We're striving to be the best.
Stand your left in the back here, Ryan.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned earlier showing them the Shane Morris package there right out of the gate. You said you like that, to let them know everything is on the table. Explain that philosophy as opposed to maybe the element of surprise, to make them think a little bit more. Oh shoot, they might do anything on us. Is that kind of what you were going for there? As opposed to just throw something at them to make them think?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it is the element of surprise. When you put a different quarterback in the game. And yeah, I think it is a good thing to also let your opponent know that there's a lot of things that are options. I don't know what else to say about it. I think I covered it.
All right, last question up here.
Make them think a little more? Does that make them think a little more in your eyes?
I don't know. Why don't you think on that and let me know. That's all I got.
Last question up here, Angelique.
Jim, you talked about, you maybe sort of enjoyed seeing Wilton work through that first interception. What did you take from his performance Saturday, where he clearly had an elbow issue, and how is the elbow, and working through that whole game?
Yeah. It's impressive. I mean, he got hit. He got hit hard, and we missed the protection, and not him. When Weldon, one of the other guys missed their assignment, and he took the brunt of it. But got up, and there wasn't any crying victim. There wasn't any grabbing of body parts. He walked it off like a tough guy, and kept playing. Never said anything about coming out. I asked him after the play how he felt. He said he was good, and trying to right back out there. I mean, like tough guys do. And as it went through the game, you could tell he wasn't 100%. But this isn't track. This is football, and playing the quarterback position. That's part of the game. I just thought he showed a lot, to his teammates, and so it's another rung, you grab, and raise yourself up in respect in the eyes of others. And, that was his opportunity to do it, and he did it. So yeah, he goes up another rung in our esteem.
Give an update on Taco and Brian?
No, getting better though, getting better.
You don't expect them to play this week?
Could be graduating this week
For
too.
both of them?
Back out of the training room and then on the field, could be. We'll see, we'll hope. Again, we talk here on these Mondays, haven't seen practice yet.